A little sneak preview of the tail. I'm just measuring up for making holes for the elevator push rod there, and rudder cables and stuff got to feed through, so just looking to making holes, so I've put the tail on. So there's a bit of a sneak preview of what it'll look like. So here we are again, back at the Northcoates Nieuport build. I've come down here with not much plans to do anything, to be honest. I was going to stay home and do some pottering around at home, but the weather's atrocious. It's throwing it down with rain, it's cold and miserable. Another typical British summer, despite all the warnings of a heat wave for 2 days. Anyway, I'll tidy up, I think. Do a bit of pottering, a few jobs, but until my glue comes for the cloth, I can't do much else really. I'll mark out some of the inspection rings and that sort of thing, and the gussets, get some gussets cut. But that's it really at the moment. I can't do anything till the glue's ready. Oh, I might try marking out the cowling, the spinner. What's the word I'm looking for? It's gone. Anyway, the big round thing at the front. Oh shit, I think I'm losing it. Big time. Too much time in a workshop by myself, maybe. Dean Spate from Spate Engineering, who's the welder, has just been down. Real nice chap, really enjoyed a chat with him. We had a cup of tea and a look over the aeroplane, and he's taken all the, or confirmed my measurements for the engine mount. So they're all there. He's got copies of those, and we were just discussing metals and such to make the engine mount out of. All seems good, so it's in his hand, firmly in Dean's hands now, so we'll keep you informed on that. So thanks, Dean, for making the effort of coming down. Flew in a lovely Cessna 140 tail dragger, lovely aeroplane, very nice, and so nice to meet him, and hopefully we're on our way with that as well. So I shall continue working, getting these cables marked out and positions, but I can't do a lot more than that because, as I've mentioned before maybe, I haven't got any glue. But there we go. I've been pottering for a couple of hours, I guess, just messing, just taking it easy and pottering. Marked out a rough idea for the nose bowl, the round bit at the front. I'm not sure how wide I'm going to need the air gaps or anything, so I've left, as you can see from the concentric circles there, I have left myself a few options, but I thought if I do it, mark it out now, because if I get it cut I can't mark out circles very well. Obviously I've got a nice centre point there to use, but without that centre point it would be much more difficult. So I've given myself a couple of options. So the inner circle is 30 centimetres. That's cutting a bit tight, I think. I've done a 36 centimetre, about 14 inches, something like that. Is the next one, and I've left a wider one as well in case we need more air cooling or whatever. I guess some of it will be a bit of trial and error once we get the engine in place and stuff and just see, but I've just done a bit of rough marking for something to do. So that's that bit done, and I've got out some gussets, put them in place. Can't do anything with them till the glue comes, so there's lots of gussets hanging about everywhere. I've marked off some inspection hatches there. You might just be able to see, just marked them out in pencil. There's one there and a couple on the other side of the tail. I don't think I need anything much on the fuselage because most of it, with the seat out out you can get at anyway down there, so that's I don't think that's a problem. There's nothing much down there anyway, really, just fair leads for the rudder pedals and stuff, the cables. So just a general day of pottering today. At the moment I'm just waiting for the glue to arrive, as we've discussed my tight Yorkshireman attitude. So I'm waiting for that to do. I've put another coat on the wood on the side there. I've cut some discs out there to go on the wheels. On the plan it's got the Yorkshire Rose on those, so I need to get those done, but obviously I can't fit anything because I haven't got any glue. And I'm trying desperately hard not to stick my gammy finger in the video in this time, because I noticed on the last video I managed to get some really good shots of my gammy finger that are knackered in the grinder, which is still a problem for me, but it's getting by with it. So again, struggling for content at the minute because I'm waiting for glue. Hopefully in the next few days that'll arrive, and I'll come back with more then. Well, hard to believe, I know, but I am actually at the Northcoates Nieuport build, sat in the glorious sunshine at Northcoates Flying Club, thinking I should really be flying, but unfortunately I've got other bits to do today. I've been struggling this week for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I'm still waiting for the adhesive to come. I think I've probably explained in an earlier bit of this video why, mainly because I'm from Yorkshire. The other thing is, I've reached an age, as many of you looking at my demographic will appreciate, where my brain and the body can't agree on what age I actually am. So my brain seems to think I'm still 25, and when I try to lift heavy objects, my body says, no mate, you're way past that. So I've knackered my back a bit as well. So I thought I'd take this week off, try and chill a bit and get this back better, and as soon as the glue comes I'll be back at it and keep you informed with the build. But there's very little progress at the minute. As you've seen, I need to get those tapes on the fuselage. I am waiting for further news from the welder regarding the engine mount, because that is what's going to stop me, I guess. But once I've got the tapes on and the weave filled of the fuselage, and I can paint the fuselage, so that's going to take a little while as well. It's complicated painting. My granddaughter is a seriously talented artist, so I think I might ask her to help with the rose motif that I want on there, and possibly the Lincolnshire shield emblem and stuff. So that'll be a treat for you, having a gorgeous blonde to look at instead of a sad old bald bloke. So look forward to that bit, guys. I will be. She's a lovely girl and extremely talented, so I'm hoping she's willing to help me out. So that's for the future, when the glue comes. So still checked this morning, the glue still hasn't been dispatched, so I don't know when that's going to happen. Might be a good time maybe, as I've got nothing else to do, than sort of reminisce on the build. I mean, it's been just over a year now. The bits I've liked, I've just loved the process of doing it. This started as a retirement project. I know I still work 1 day a week, and I'm still playing with the band and stuff. And on the band, talking about the band, the little video I put out was supposed to be a short, but it was only after I'd made it and read the rules of what a short should be that I discovered it didn't quite fit in that category. So short as it wasn't filmed in the right orientation. So when I tried to change it, none of the writing that I put on there worked. So you've had to suffer that, guys. I do apologise. Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed the build. I'm liking the results. The plans are pretty vague, really, compared to other aircraft I've built. the plans have been really quite vague, which initially I wasn't, again, not confident with. As I've gone on with it, I've come to like it more and more, that you're left to your own devices. And again, I think it is a confidence thing. I like the fact that I can choose to do pretty much what I want. It's me going to be flying it, so it needs to be safe, obviously, and you've got a pretty vested interest in making it safe, so that's not a problem. And yeah, so that bit of the build I've really liked in the end, got round to it. I made a couple of errors through the build, and that's partially, I think, building by myself. Previously when I've built, I've had Lee, my mate, helps, you know, and two minds, two pairs of eyes, and you know, you don't get focused on one thing so much. So that's just the fact that I built it by myself. I've chosen to do every bit as much by hand as I can as well. That's a choice. You know, you don't need any fancy tools really to build these things, just a pillar drill and a grinder and a sander really, and a hand drill, hand tools. That's great. So you know, the process I've thoroughly enjoyed. We'll see at the end of it about the weight. I think the one thing I'm not certain about is I'm in a very tight weight category, 300 kilos gross weight, and although I don't weigh much myself, you know, and I've tried all along to be aware of the weight, as you'll have heard in the videos, but it's very easy to put a little bit in here and a little bit in there and stuff, so we'll see when it comes to it. The engine, 42 horsepower, 3-cylinder Werner radial. I'd have preferred the 5-cylinder, but of course you're getting heavier again. So I checked out the original specs of a Nieuport 11 in actual fact, with an 80 horsepower Larone engine in it, and horsepower per kilo, it was coming out about 6 kilos per horsepower, basically, 6 plus. With this one, at the 300 kilo all up weight, I'll be about 7 kilos per horsepower. If I can get it down to 275 kilos gross weight with me in it, then I will be down to just over the 6.5 kilos per horsepower. So in actual fact, it's going to be very similar to the original, you know, power to weight ratio of the original aeroplane, which is, I found quite interesting. Of course, that means me knocking 25 kilos off the all up weight, which I don't think is possible, but we'll see. Centre of gravity is obviously something else I've got to think. Centre of lift, centre of gravity. That's all going to have to be worked out when the engine's mounted and stuff. So I don't want to be adding weight to the tail if I can possibly help it, because I think that's where it is most likely to need it. All the weight is up front. But again, until I do the weight and balance, nothing more I can do about that. So it's just a wait and see thing. So, first year of work, thoroughly enjoyed the process, really have. It's given me something to do as well. I'm very bad at doing nothing. I've been twiddling my thumbs this week, which I don't like. I've managed to do a bit of gardening. The garden's looking nice in the house for a while, and I've tried to chill with this really bad back, old git that I am. And I've joined a gym, for Christ's sake. I've never done that in my life before. I've always been pretty fit. I used to do martial arts and stuff, but my partner and son have dragged me along to the gym, so we'll see how I get on with that. Maybe it'll help me lose the 3 or 4 pounds I've put on since I retired. So, and that'll help. Maybe if I can lose 25 kilos, there'll be naught left of me, like. But I can get the weight down for the aeroplane. So you never know. It might have a dual benefit. So we'll see. So that's about it for this video, I'm afraid. Sorry, it's a bit of a nothingy thing. I don't know what other the bits I've got that I filmed before I ran out of glue I'll put on here, and wait for the next one, and hopefully there'll be something more to report on that. Cheers guys, see you on the next one.